Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the eerie and unsettling world of fog. That thick white blanket that descends upon the land, swallowing everything in its path. We've scoured the darkest corners of history and uncovered 10 true scary stories that happened in the fog. So turn down the lights, lock your doors and get ready to be spooked. Picture this, a desolate highway shrouded in an impenetrable fog. The only sound is the rhythmic swoosh of your windshield wipers as you navigate the treacherous road. Suddenly a lone figure emerges from the gloom, their thumb outstretched, seeking a ride. As you pull over, a sense of unease washes over you. The hitchhiker, their face obscured by the shadows, slides into the passenger seat, their voice a low murmur in the stillness of the car. You continue driving, the silence broken only by the gentle hum of the engine. But as you approach the turnoff for the hitchhiker's town, you notice something strange. They're gone. The vast expanse of the ocean, shrouded in a thick, impenetrable fog. Sailors have long whispered tales of the strange and eerie phenomena that occur when the fog rolls in. Imagine yourself aboard a ship, the only sound the gentle lapping of waves against the hull. Suddenly a shape emerges from the gloom, a massive vessel, its sails billowing in the wind. It appears out of nowhere, a ghostly apparition gliding silently through the fog. You try to hail the ship, but your calls go unanswered, and just as quickly as it appeared, the phantom ship vanishes back into the fog. Deep in the heart of the wilderness, where ancient trees reach towards the sky like gnarled fingers, lies a place of mystery and fear. Imagine yourself venturing into this primeval forest, the air thick with the scent of pine needles and damp earth. The fog swirls around you, obscuring the path ahead and muffling all sound but the beating of your own heart. As you push deeper into the woods, you begin to hear strange noises. Rustling in the underbrush, branches snapping under unseen weight. Suddenly you catch a glimpse of movement in the fog, a fleeting shadow that disappears as quickly as it appeared. You freeze, your senses on high alert, trying to pierce the veil of mist. And then you see it. A pair of eyes, glowing with an unnatural light, staring at you from the depths of the fog. You're frozen in terror, unable to move as the creature approaches. Chapter 4. The Haunted Lighthouse. Perched atop a windswept cliff, its beacon a lonely sentinel against the darkness, stands a lighthouse. Imagine yourself as the lighthouse keeper, alone in your tower as a thick fog rolls in, enveloping the structure in an eerie silence. The only sounds are the rhythmic crashing of waves against the rocks below and the mournful cry of the wind howling through the rigging. As you make your rounds, checking the lantern and ensuring everything is in order, you begin to notice strange occurrences. Footsteps echo down the empty hallway, doors creak open and slam shut on their own, and whispers seem to emanate from the walls themselves. One night, as you stand watch in the lantern room, you see a figure emerge from the fog outside. It's a ghostly apparition, its face pale and gaunt, its eyes burning with an eerie light. Chapter 5. The Disappearing Village. Nestled in a remote valley, shrouded in mystery and legend, lies a village. It's a place steeped in history, its inhabitants bound together by generations of tradition and folklore. But one fateful day, the village vanishes without a trace, swallowed whole by an impenetrable fog. Imagine yourself approaching the village, the air growing colder with each step you take. The fog is thick, obscuring the path ahead and casting an eerie silence over the landscape. As you enter the village square, you're met with an unsettling sight. The streets are deserted, houses stand empty, and there's no sign of life anywhere. You call out, your voice echoing through the empty streets, but there's no answer. The only sound is the mournful howl of the wind as it whips through the village. Chapter 6. The foggy road accident, driving on a foggy night, is a nerve-wracking experience for anyone. Visibility is reduced to mere feet, and the world outside your windshield becomes a blurry, disorienting mess. Imagine yourself driving down a desolate stretch of highway, the fog so thick you can barely see the road ahead. The only illumination comes from your headlights, casting an eerie glow on the swirling mist. Suddenly, a figure appears in your headlights, seemingly out of nowhere. You slam on the brakes, your heart pounding in your chest, but it's too late. There's a sickening thud as your car collides with the figure, throwing it onto the hood of your vehicle. You scramble out of your car, your mind racing, your heart pounding in your chest. But as you approach the front of your car, you're met with an even more terrifying sight. There's no one there. The figure, the impact, it was all gone. Chapter 7. High above the tree line, where the air is thin and the wind howls like a banshee, lies a realm of unforgiving beauty. Mountains have always held a certain mystique, their towering peaks shrouded in mystery and legend. But when fog descends upon these majestic giants, they transform into something altogether more sinister. Imagine yourself embarking on a challenging hike, eager to conquer the summit and bask in the glory of your accomplishment. As you ascend, the air grows colder, the vegetation sparser, and the fog thicker with every step you take. The trail markers seem to move, leading you in circles. You hear voices calling your name, but when you turn around, there's no one there. Chapter 8. The Ghostly Train. The mournful wail of a train whistle echoes through the night, a sound that sends shivers down the spine. Trains have always held a certain allure, their steel wheels carrying passengers and cargo across vast distances. But what happens when a train emerges from the fog, its occupants not of this world? Imagine yourself standing on a deserted train platform, the air thick with fog and the smell of damp earth. Suddenly a pair of headlights pierce the gloom, growing brighter with each passing second. A train emerges from the fog, its whistle screaming, its brakes screeching as it comes to a stop in front of you. The windows are dark, the carriage is ancient and decrepit, and an eerie silence emanates from within. The passengers, visible through the grimy windows, are dressed in clothing from a bygone era. Chapter 9. The foggy beach apparition, the rhythmic crashing of waves against the shore, the salty tang of the sea air, the feel of sand between your toes. Beaches are often seen as places of peace and tranquility, but when fog rolls in, they can transform into something altogether more sinister. Imagine yourself strolling along a deserted beach, the air thick with fog and the sound of your own footsteps muffled by the sand. As you walk, you notice something strange in the distance. A figure emerges from the fog, its outline hazy and indistinct. It appears to be walking towards you, its gait slow and deliberate. As it draws closer, you realize it's a woman, her long hair flowing behind her, her white dress billowing in the wind. But there's something not quite right about her. Her skin is deathly pale, her eyes hollow and black. Chapter 10. The Eerie Foghorn. In the annals of maritime history, few sounds are as evocative as the mournful blast of a foghorn. It's a sound that conjures up images of dense fog, treacherous waters, and the ever-present danger of the unknown. Imagine yourself living in a small coastal town, the air perpetually thick with the smell of salt and the sound of waves crashing against the shore. One evening, as a dense fog rolls in, enveloping the town in an eerie silence, you hear it. A deep, resonant blast, echoing through the fog, seeming to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. Days turn into nights, and still the foghorn sounds at irregular intervals, its mournful wail a constant reminder of the unseen danger lurking just beyond the veil of mist. The townspeople grow increasingly uneasy, their imaginations running wild with each blast of the horn. Outro: Beware the Fog. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these spine-chilling stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more terrifying tales. So the next time you find yourself shrouded in fog, remember these stories and be careful out there.